So we're taking you back to 1945, and the war is over. Hip hop hooray from brilliant physicists. We have a physicist in the front row, so I'm just going to name it to him. War is over. The United States was a huge weapons conglomerate, manufacturing conglomerate during that time. The war is over, so now we turn all of the factories that we made into product producing everything. The country just basically turned into this massive industrial complex. Every other country was pretty much wiped out or had their infrastructure totally destroyed. So when it comes to where we were globally, at the time we had a massive industrial complex. There was a total lack of foreign competition, and the Great Depression that had so marked what it was like for Americans to not have cash was totally reversed, and the economy was in flourishing with people who had lots of disposable income. Okay? So we've got an economy that starts to produce products. We have nobody else inputting into this economy, and then you have people who have disposable income wanting to buy anything. So all these things kind of merged together and created this animation. And they created a major supply-side economy, which basically means if you wanted to create demand, all you needed to do was create the product. People were so starved for anything that all it took was, okay, I made something, do you want it? Yes. Do you want it? Yes. Do you want it? No. Do you want it? Yes. And most people just said, that's how marketing was. It's just exposing it to people. And that's all that was required for the most part when marketing these products in this time came about. It was also during this time that television started coming into play. Before television, everybody sat on couches looking at radios. And before radios, I don't know what people stared at, but now they stare at TVs. Well, when television first came out, it was like $4,000 to run a nationwide commercial for 30 seconds. Nationwide, millions of people for $4,000 a minute. I think it's $4,000 a minute. Anyway, huge advertising plug to these companies. Well, the networks figured it out really fast, and so they started charging an arm and a leg for every single ad that they ran, and which limited the limited mass media marketing to big businesses who had extremely big, large budgets. During this time, there was an elite group of advertising agencies running around in New York City on Madison Avenue, and they came up with a brilliant way to get all of these big companies who had these big marketing budgets, who now had TV, how to really penetrate and affect the market. So with the Madison Avenue advertising firms, which I can look up on Wikipedia, they're very interesting, they all merged together and created interruption marketing with catchy rhymes and jingles. This was it. This was the play. This is the name of the game, and this is what worked. A lot of the, some of you might have seen old videos, or maybe you were there, but back in the day, they were just like, we interrupt this broadcast to bring you this word from our sponsor. They didn't apologize. They didn't care. They just said, okay, now it's time for you to hear our advertisements. Okay? Then they started integrating all of this interruption marketing with catchy songs and jingles, right? So people remember them years after. Winston tastes good like a you're not fully clean until you're zestfully clean, right?
Well, that's much later.
What's that?
Pan of toothpaste, Colgate.
Melts in your mouth, not in your hand. Flop, flop, fizz, and so forth. So this was the marketing strategy, and it was had a very simple concept. All it did was remind the consumer that product exists. That was basically all it did. So when you walk into the grocery store or whatever, you see 3 or 4 products in a row, that's the one you remember. And that was all it took to win your loyalty and win the market share. And it worked. Trillions and trillions at least trillions have been presented in revenues here, forming multi-billion-dollar companies for the last 70 years. This is what I was taught in college. In fact, the idea of marketing any other way than this was not really entertained at all. If you wanted to increase sales, you merely threw money at your marketing budget. Okay? Not change your marketing image, not change your message, but just throw more money at it. Because the only way you can win customers is by simply reminding them over and over and over and over again that you're there. Okay? The times have changed. Okay? the market has changed. The last 7 years has had a lot of growth. And what used to work very well now really almost doesn't work at all. I say it with some hesitation because some companies with huge 9, 10-digit marketing budgets can still hammer in a message. But for small business owners and for even those big companies, they're seeing this effect, this marketing strategy start to be depleted. One of the reasons is what was going on then, what is going on now? Well, back then we just had coffee. I remember going, oh, this is like okay, coffee. Maybe decaf, maybe regular, but it was just coffee. Now, I mean, we got macchiatos, espressos, mochas, cappuccinos, alpacinos, frappuccinos. I go into a Starbucks and I don't know what to order. I just say something hot with vanilla, and they do all the work. I don't even know what it is anymore. The point is that we went from a product-starved economy to now a product-rich economy. I mean, you can go down to the grocery store now, and there is a whole aisle for laundry detergent. And I don't know about you, but to me, laundry detergent is laundry detergent is laundry detergent. It's all the same stuff. Now they're telling me this one's for colors, and this one's for bleach, or this one's for whites, or something or other. This one's for a t-shirt, this one's for a long sweater shirt with frilly edges. I can't tell the difference, It's just laundry detergent is laundry detergent. But every single one of these companies, all of the bottled water companies, all the car manufacturing companies, all of the laundry detergent companies, every single one is trying to cram their product into your throat using the same marketing strategy as before. Interrupt, catchy, rhyme, and jingle. Get in your face, catchy, rhyme, and jingle. And when you have all these huge products, or all these multitudes of products, all coming to you at the same time every day, day in, day out, the market is finally telling people to shut up. We don't want to hear it anymore. Okay? We've actually gone so far as to say, we go into the government and we say, don't make them call us anymore. Don't let them fax us anymore. Don't let them email us anymore. We don't want it anymore. We're done. There's studies that show that from your trip to work and throughout the day and the trip back, you can receive anywhere from 1,500 to 3,000 marketing messages that day. From billboard ads on sacks, anything you hear on the radio or television, or what people are wearing, the logos, everything. And people are getting fed up with it. I thought it was funny when DVRs came out. Their main, these guys got thumbs over here. The main reason DVRs, their big advertising ploy was, or their big marketing strategy was, watch any show whenever you want, which I thought was totally the wrong way to go. What they should have done is says, never watch commercials again.
Yes.
Exactly. See? That's the benefit of having a DVR. It's not that you can fast forward through the Super Bowl, it's that now there's no more commercials. That's the main benefit. And satellite. And the strategy now is instead knocking you over the head, and then trying to make you remember my product, which is odd because sometimes they have really entertaining advertising messages, but they don't associate it with the product. You ever seen a commercial that was really funny and then have no idea what you just saw an ad for? Yeah, it's failing to make the connection. In permission marketing, you get your prospect, not your customer, but your prospect, to ask you to get more, to give you permission to market to them. This one more time. In permission marketing, you can get your prospect to give you permission to market to them.